Hi and welcome to Outwell. Here I'm going to talk you through the features of our Malibu 5, which is from our combo collection. So the Malibu 5 is a 5-person tunnel tent, and with it being in our combo collection, you'll find that the fly sheet we're using here is our Outex 4000 material. So this is a polyester material which has been PU coated on the inside. All the seams have been fully taped, giving it a hydrostatic head of 4000mm, ensuring that it's going to be completely waterproof. The frame of the tent is made up in the main body of these steel poles, so solid and very rigid, creating a very stable tent. And then you can see here that we're using our extended frame system, which has a Duratec fiberglass pole, just to create maximum head height at the front of the tent. You will just notice also that we colour coded the pole sleeves just to make sure that you're going to get the right pole through the right sleeve. Other features on the outside of the tent, we'll find that we're using our innovative Outwell wind stabiliser system. We'll just show you how that works. We have the Velcro tabs here, which are pre-attached to the to the fly sheet. All we have to do is then wrap these around the pole, Velcro tab it into place like so, and there's one at the top and at the bottom of each pole. Then we have the guy lines which are attached to these, and when the guy lines are pegged out, it pulls the entire fly sheet against the frame of the tent, and it makes it much more stable, allowing you to use this tent even in very high wind conditions. You'll also notice here that we have our classic Outwell luminous guy lines on this tent, just to stop you from tripping over them quite as easily. We also then have for every guy line a guy line retainer, so that when it comes to popping away the tent, we just roll up the guy lines in our hand, place them in the guy line retainer so that they're easily accessible the next time we come to use them. You'll also just notice here that we have large ventilation panels just to allow fresh cool air into the tent, but if it gets a little bit too chilly, then all we have to do is just undo the Velcro tabs and close like so. Another feature on this tent is that we supply the Outwell easy pegging system. So this is where we have 3 different pegs with the tent. We have the solid steel pegs for the 4 corners of the tent, so that becomes your anchor pegs. We then have the luminous plastic peg for all of the luminous guy lines, and we have the black plastic peg for all of the other pegging points around the tent, and that's going to ensure that you get the right peg in the right place. One thing you will just notice in the middle of the tent here is that we have the zip on here, which is where you can zip in your optional extra of either your single or double expansion, and this is then covered with the same material as the fly sheet for maximum protection. When we come round to the front of the tent, you'll see that the front door is a good size. It's a full walk-in tent, so you don't have to duck down when you're walking in here, and the front door is a good size too, allowing you to get all of your bits and pieces in and out of the tent, no problem at all. One thing you'll notice is that we have large windows all the way around this area, and that lets a lot of light into the tent, and it really accentuates the size in here. You can see there's plenty of headspace above me, and I'm 1.95 m. Each of the large windows has its own curtain, so you can see that we have them toggled away at the moment at the bottom here, but these can be brought either halfway up or they can be fully closed as well. At the back of the tent is where you will find the sleeping compartments, and you can see that these are attached to the tent using our wave-shaped hanging point system. What this does is it takes any stress points away from the seam at the top of the tents here, making sure that they are held in place and they are nice and secure. Other features you'll find on here is that we have some mesh storage pockets on the outside. We also have some mesh storage pockets on the inside. And towards the back is where you'll find a large mesh ventilation panel which corresponds to the outside panel on the tent. A real nice feature here is that we're utilising the Outwell universal bedroom. So what that means is that we can just unclip at the front here like so, and if we did that around the front and around the back, take the zips in the middle here and open this up, you would see that you would be able to drop this entire bedroom down completely and roll it away, leaving one bedroom and even more space inside. The ground sheet in here is a double coated polyethylene material, so it's very tough and durable, and it has a hydrostatic head of at least 10,000mm. You'll find that it is a sealed ground sheet all the way around here, but again, where the zip is that you can use for your optional extras of single and double expansion is just halfway around the tent here. So you'll find with the Malibu 5 there are lots of optional extras, including a carpet for the living area of the tent. There's also a footprint available for the tent itself. There's also a footprint available for the single expansion pack and the double expansion pack. Now we'll just take you through some of the other optional extras. So here we have the double expansion pack on the tent, which is one of the optional extras. You can see that it does tie in completely with the standard tent as well, whereby we're using the same fly sheet. We then supply 2 steel poles for the double expansion and 1 steel pole for the single expansion, which is just half the size of this. You'll see that a double expansion has a door on the side here, and there is a door on the other side as well. And you'll find that we have our ventilation panels on the side, and we're also using our wind stabilizers and our luminous guy lines and all the features really that we talked about on the tent. So here we can see just how easy it is to attach the expansion packs to the tent. All we have to do is just zip the front and the back to the original tent. On the double expansion pack, you will find that there is a built-in wall here which can be opened up completely. You see that we also have large windows on there, and these have curtains on them which obviously you can close up for a little bit more privacy. Some other features that you'll find in the expansion packs: we have the ventilation panels above the windows which correspond to the outside ventilation that we pointed out earlier on. Again, we have large windows on the side, each with their own curtain, which obviously we have toggled away at the moment, but this can either be brought halfway up or it can be fully closed as well. Other features include a lantern hanging point in the middle of the tent, and then running away from that we have some cable tidies which run down to the ground. The ground sheet itself in the expansion packs is a fully sewn in ground sheet, so it's also bathtub in style, so it's going to hopefully stop any bugs from getting in, but it's also going to protect you from the elements. And the ground sheet itself is a double coated polyethylene, just the same as the tent, so we have a minimum hydrostatic head here of 10,000 millimeters. Another optional extra that is available for the Malibu 5 is the vis-a-vis inner tent, which just very simply attaches into the front area of the tent using the toggles provided. Another optional extra for the tent is the kids' bedroom. So you can see here that this is very bright and fun for the young ones. Just to talk you through some of the features, we have some storage pockets on the outside. We have a mesh ventilation panel at the top here. We also have a kids-only entrance at the bottom here, and obviously we then have the full entrance as well, which just easily zips open. Then what you can see on the inside is that we have this mesh game on top here, which we supply a ball with for the kids to be able to play with. And then you can see just on the side there are also some mesh storage pockets for the kids as well. Another optional extra that we supply for the Malibu 5 is our games wall. Now this comes with the game set itself, and then the wall can be transferred from what you see here into a net as well. It is freestanding, but what you will find is it can also be attached to the tent itself.